Like always, as we should be, any Test match win it should be celebrated, especially when you've got three lads making the debut and Tadhg captaining the side for the first time. So delighted that they're able to celebrate in the proper way with the families, etc. You know, on such a momentous occasion for them. But for us, as far as the performance is concerned, pretty underwhelming. Yeah, I suppose when you look back and you analyse a performance like that, you'll get plenty of learnings out of it. But for Fiji, being down to 13 men, obviously with a red card and a couple of yellow cards, and you know the penalty count being 14-10 in our favour, we should have been a lot more clinical than we was, and I think that's the moral of the story. Really, we got into the 22 time and time again, and yes, because of illegalities or stop-start nature, we lost our flow, etc. But we wasn't clinical enough by any stretch of the imagination.
We obviously made changes. It was an early kick-off, but I presume they're not really excuses.
No excuse whatsoever, because we're a squad and we've all been in camp the same length of time, and we're all learning together. And yeah, no, there's no excuses there in that regard. We've been pretty good of late, starting well, and our start obviously wasn't the best. And you know, you fast forward to the last play of the game, us kicking the ball out against 14 men with the scrum ready to play when the game's already won. Probably sums the game up.
How was Robbie Henshaw? Was it his hamstring again?
Yeah, it is. He felt his hamstring. He doesn't feel like anything was too serious. He felt like he precautionally came off in time to make sure that he's not done any more damage. So we'll just see how it is tomorrow. Joey and Jimmy will obviously go through the protocols, but they seem fine in themselves in the dressing room.
Just wondering for me, is Bundy back in the mix for next week? He's good to play?
Yeah, he's good to play. He's been in camp the whole time. Yeah.
Different. Yeah, it's definitely different. There's probably stuff added to your prep that's just a little bit different, you know, but I've enjoyed it. It's a massive privilege for me to get to represent the group on that level, and thanks to the boss man, I suppose, for giving me the chance. You know, not many people get to do it.
How did it feel out there? Because obviously they got that great try at the start and got a bit of a run on you, and then just of course we try. Things just never seem to take off flow for you the way it has in the past.
Yeah, stop start. I think Andy said it there. It's never really got going, and I know there was a lot of penalties and we kicked the mauled a lot. Maybe that's something to do. We never launched a massive amount, but it just felt a little bit stop start, and as I said, didn't get into our flow where we could play multi-phase really.
Andy, just your thoughts on Jack Brown's debut?
I thought he was good. Yeah, I thought he looked like he'd a bit of presence out there. You know, he's certainly not a shrinking violet. You know, he backs himself, and his first kick into the corner, like, you know, straight into the 5 metre was a big test for him as far as his character, and he nailed that. And he'd one that went dead. Obviously, that was brought back, but he was in the game. You know, he was next moment focused, and you know, his communication is very good, and it's a good start for him.
It seemed like in the first few minutes it was quite loose, and then you really tightened things up. Was that something from a captain's point of view that you maybe changed things up more?
Not really. We definitely didn't try to start loose. You know what I mean? We wanted to start well, and it was disappointing from that point of view that they bet us so easily around the edge. You know, so. Something we need to work on, really.
You started to find a rhythm then, and Timothy got 2 tries and picked up the man of the match.
Yeah, it's great. You know, we're obviously, when people get a chance, we're always going to judge performances. You know, but performances, the balance of judging people is difficult enough when the continuity is not there as a team, you know, and the game just never got going for certain people, and certain people he did, and Nick was able to get on the end of a couple of tries there, and fair play to him for that. But yeah, I just thought the game was stop-start, and he never really got going. You know, you have plans in your head of when people should come off for next week, etc. But I don't think that really came into focus for us because the game was so slow and stop-start. And I think all credit to Fiji for hanging on in there. But we contributed to a performance in a lack of performance in that way because of you know, penalties from them in regards to maul and yellow cards, etc. But then we back it up with an offside, you know, a couple in a row, and being in front of the kicker, etc. So we're disappointed. We're disappointed with the outcome of the game. You know, the win is always special in Irish shirt, but the manner of the win is something that we'll assess and make sure that we get to the bottom of.
Tadhg, Australia, the Woodland open here next week.
Yeah, I just saw the result when we came off the pitch, so I would suspect they are. You know, they're a very proud nation, proud rugby nation, and I'm sure they'll be coming all guns blazing next week.
How you fixed bodies wise, Andy? Can you give us any insights into that for next week?
Yeah, well, I'm as curious as you are to get back into work on Sunday night and see how that is. The reality is that the bodies that were missing this week haven't trained with us at all, you know, because they're nursing different injuries coming back into camp on Sunday night is gonna, and how things flow from Monday morning is going to be interesting for us all this week.
Andy, can I just check, is Peter Horney included in that?
No, Pete's fine, yeah.
Tadhg worked out a bit of treatment a couple of times, that's in half. Is that a bit of concern?
No, he just got winded. That's all. There was a late-ish tackle from him. He just got winded. He's fine. Yeah.
How did you feel sure the class you went to? I mean, lots of people would have assumed maybe one of these back now to get back into the team. Sure, the class has gone pretty well. I think he's maybe forced the issue a little bit.
Yeah, it's great. All he's wanted is a bit of time, you know. So we'll sit down with Stu and assess his game and see where he feels he's at. But last week he did pretty well for the time that he was on the field, and he had some nice little touches there today. So again, with the injuries, etc., as far as selection is concerned, we'll dust ourselves down and see what the best side is for us to select next week.
Andy, Byrne Cotter was questioning whether that was a red card or not. What was your take on it?
I don't know. You know, the way that the game is these days, a shoulder anywhere near the neck or head, and you're into that type of territory, you know. So I'm sure that when people see it in the cold light of day, it might be a little bit different, but the reality is when they slowed it down on the camera, there was a bit of contact there to the chin, so the officials had to act accordingly.